Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And this time I'll be playing The Shore Blind. Now, I bought it as an off chance because I wanted something shorter. It's a Lovecraftian game, quote unquote. Pretty blatantly so. It has Cthulhu on like a cover, so I think it's going to lean pretty heavily into all of the known tropes. So, you know, Cthulhu, tentacles, the sea, it's even called The Shore. So I don't expect much out of it, but I just wanted something shorter in between the bigger RPGs. So without further ado, let me start a new game and see where it goes. Are you sure you want to delete progress? Well, I haven't made any progress, so yes.
My dear Ellie, I have to find her.
Oh, I can see my own body, which to me is already kind of a plus. I really like when that happens in games, in first-person games. Okay, so I have shipwrecked here, I think. There's a message in the bottle.
I've been arguing with John about how many actual days have passed since we ended up here. It seems that all of our hopes are drifting away, like these bottles should do. They always return to the island as if something is leading them back here. If you are reading this, we need your help.
Okay. Now, if anything, I guess for a small independent game, which I assume this is from the light reading that I've done on it, it looks kind of nice. Like, I'm not sure what engine is that, but the textures are pretty crisp. There's some shells. Okay, let me just look around. To be honest, actually, let me... Can I sprint? I can. There's a seagull. A remarkably unafraid one. I just want to see if there's anything interesting on this side. Okay, I can't swim, so that's important information, I guess. Seashells, nothing here. I can't even go this way, so I guess I should be going this way. Yeah, it's all invisible walls. So let's investigate the wreckage of the ship. Interact, pick up items.
A shred of hope. Oh, what a man needs to keep moving before he loses his sanity and his will. Walking along the shore reminded me of the walks I used to have with my wife.
Okay, there's a photo inside and there's something written, but I can't exactly... For when I will walk throughout the valley of death, I will fear no something and will walk through... with me. That's a quote from the Bible, right? When I walk through the valley of death, I fear, for the Lord is something something. It's a quote from the Bible, I'm pretty sure. I am going to look it up and check it and post it in the description. Okay, there's not much on the ship itself, it seems. Okay, let's continue then. I guess that's a seagull's nest or something? Like, I'm not sure if it's a seagull's nest specifically, but it's some kind of a bird's nest, and there are seagulls around.
armed ourselves and walked along the shore. To our surprise, we came across other ships that had wrecked without any trace of survivors. It was like a graveyard for ships. Our compass goes mad any time we try to set a course off the island. Our captain says it's because of the volcanic dust. We think he's gone mad. Sounds like the captain was right.
So it's a volcanic island. It looks the part, I guess. You know, it's all the rocks are all blackened. Open inventory to inspect items. I stepped on something. What was it? Oh, I can inspect the photo as well. My wife gave this pendant to Ellie before she left us. Oh, so that's why it has mom underneath. Glad to have found this, it's very important to her. I refuse to believe my daughter was swallowed by the vicious sea. I'm sure she washed up on the shore somewhere around here. I will find her and give this back. It's an interesting way to do inventory. With... But what is it that I stepped in? Argiro. Oh.
They speak of a fisherman who was lost in a stranded sea. He never came back. Now I know where he lies. What misfortunes could have drove him here?
Okay, that's a body. That's a body for sure. It's a bit inconsiderate of me to trample it, but you know, I'm just looking to see if there's any clues or items that I can pick up. There are candles here, so it's almost like someone was commemorating something, or as if it's maybe a shrine. Okay, this goes on to the lighthouse, which I will do in a moment. Actually, I think I might make it a little more. Oh, Cthulhu, yeah, Cthulhu relay. All of the staples, really. And an arm.
I have offered my right arm and spoke the correct words in his absence. Only pain accompanies me towards my demise. I was forced to leave the lighthouse. There's something wrong in all of us. Only the slumbering God can save us now. What God is he talking about?
So does the protagonist know? Does the protagonist, is he versed in the occult? Does he know who Cthulhu is? Because that's kind of what's implied, right? The horror in his voice when he's wondering if he's speaking about someone. Okay, there are some symbols on the rock here. Like, the game really isn't sort of hiding its hand. It goes pretty heavy-handed into, like, it has been, what, 3 minutes? And there's a direct name drop of Cthulhu and Relay. Like, I definitely am more of a fan of, like, slow burns. Like, for example, despite my many issues with the game, I really liked the opening of Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth as you were exploring Innsmouth. Because, at most, what was really suspicious were all of the mixed breed Innsmouthers, right? They looked kind of weird. But apart from that, it wasn't outwardly supernatural for like a good 2 hours. You know, the first 2 hours. Well, I guess minus the prologue. But the introduction to Innsmouth itself was pretty cool in that... Yeah, toggle around, I figured that out. What I don't know is what it is that I'm stepping in from time to time. Okay, bunch of twigs. That's always a good sign in a horror story. It reminds me of the Blair Witch.
Your fault, Dad. Mom is now dead, and soon never come
Oh,
back.
stop it! It's not my daughter's voice.
Okay, can't do anything with this. However, there were certainly voices coming out of this obelisk here. Before. There are no longer, interestingly enough. Okay, maybe I made it a little too quiet. I'm sorry. I should have tested that better before. Like, I'm not quite sure how it comes on the recording versus my voice. Hopefully it's intelligible. Wow, that's a floating rock. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to count that as a supernatural occurrence or just as a bug. Okay, no comment about that. That's a bit weird if you ask me. They are eating like worms or something. Okay, I guess I am going to the lighthouse. Like, I was hoping for some, you know, there is additional stuff, but I can't do anything with it. So clearly it's being reserved for like the right moment in the plot.
As we sink our feet in the sand for the last time, she asked me to tell her one of my stories about the wild sea. I could hear each of her breaths being shorter and shorter. And by the time I finished my story, pneumonia took her life.
Oh, okay, so my wife is dead. I have to pause for a second, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I guess, because he used the phrase that my daughter's mother left us, and I took that literally, but I guess what he meant is she died. of pneumonia. Yeah, obviously some eldritch worship has been going on here, as evidenced by all of the strange statues and whatever. And as I said, Cthulhu and Relay were both name-dropped. And it hasn't even been half an hour. So subtlety is clearly not this game's strongest forte. Some salmon. Actually, it looks kind of nice. It has a nice texture. Oh, there's a cage. That's a bit weird for a lighthouse. I assume that's me with my daughter, right? Both of those are probably me with my daughter. Like, I have a white shirt. Do I have, like... Yeah, I do have suspenders. So that is literally me. A huge shark jaw. Some teeth are missing. It needs 3 idols, but what for? The void is coming for us all. We have lost the track of time, no escape. From Cthulhu, they speak of a figure that is roaming the shores. Don't kill me. No, don't kill the seagull. It's bad luck. Yeah, I heard that. It's a common sailor's superstition. The lighthouse is a cursed place, a huge pillar in the sea. I sacrifice. Do not enter the sea, it belongs to them. 2 idols are missing from the statues. Worship who? Ancient evil. Nyarlathotep. It whispers. 2 seals are missing. We all saw the same dream. You lie. No, you are dead. You live the same shit over and over again. We are their zoo. Okay, there's a picture of a deep one, a picture of an obelisk, and a picture of what I assume is either another deep one or maybe a depiction of Cthulhu himself. The forms of this sculpture are unknown to me. It looks familiar. I have seen something similar from where I come from. Oh, it's a mass of worms with an eye. It's suddenly disturbing. The artifact we found, The statue, it looks ancient. Our captain says we should take it back with us, and that would make us rich. David, on the other hand, believes that a foul stench of evil dwells within it. What utter rubbish. From the moment we wrecked here, he hasn't stopped talking about bad luck and otherworldly omens. I heard him talking to himself about throwing it back to the sea. I am almost certain he's mad. He's obsessed with these disgusting leeches he found. He can't stop talking about how these worms have at least nine stomachs and more than 30 brains and at least 18 testicles. He says that quality matters rather than quantity. We couldn't stop making jokes about it last night. After some time, he took it personally, thinking we were mocking him. He moved to the 3rd floor of the lighthouse to continue his little experiments. No eyelids, short and blue tongue, sharky eyes. I tried to speak to them, but in return they hissed and growled and made all kind of weird noises, no trace of language. I have never seen such creature before. Something is wrong here. Like the god has forsaken this place and its creations. The fish-like people are no humans at all. They are hostile and they seem to be very aggressive. There is no trace of civilized behavior on them. They seem to understand our movements as they have in humans before. The fish-like deformity on them are something they have tried several times to ambush us. Only solution for us is to stay near the lighthouse and study more of these abominations of the deep. Abnormal body shape, no symmetrical shape that could define a logical form, asymmetrical mouths all over his body, quarreling and injured and seemingly forgotten. It's been 27 days we are here, and came across something that our minds cannot still comprehend. How could such thing exist? How does God justify this act? How can he allow such monsters to roam upon his creation? My mind is terrorized in a million times as I try to visualize the beast. My hand is shaking as I draw each line. It is a plague of the mind. I decided to give it a name, the monster with 1,000 mouths. It may seem strange, but I have heard a voice, more like a whisper in my ears, that shivers down my spine. And the dagger looks way too old, but it looks like someone already wiped clean every part of it. The shapes and sculptures are quite eerie. Strange. This coin is warm. Okay, I guess those are the leeches that were mentioned in the other note. I'm pretty sure there was a person standing right there. I somehow didn't see this huge obelisk. At least I don't think I did. So I came from over there originally. there is a piece missing. One of the white pieces. And it's both sides are like those eldritch abominations or something. This doesn't seem to be an ordinary statue. Every part of it is very detailed. My guess is that the artist behind this painting was startled by it.
I swear I saw something towards the horizon. Behind the mist. It wasn't a whale or a great white shark. Its many legs stretched 100 feet, submerging its body into the sea. It crawled as if it was infected by 1,000 parasites. From its tentacle mouth, it spit out black, disgusting, and disfigured blob-like figures. The moment they fell into the sea, they swam away faster than a dolphin. As the mist kept rising, I could barely see the creature. That wasn't a good sign. I should start placing those talismans I found at the bottom of the lighthouse around the pathways we made.
Okay, this is not a good sign. Certainly. Not a good sign at all. And that's exactly what he saw as well. I have a feeling I should be looking about something specific.
Those uneducated fools. They won't let me write for them. They're all fishermen with dirty, scuffed clothes and smell horrible. Their beards reek of alcohol and spit comes out when they talk. I'd rather stay another 4 hours at this point and take care of the problematic mechanisms of this handcrafted construct. I do not regret this journey. It's certainly made life more interesting since then. Not to mention the view from up here. All of the hatred, misery, and sadness of mankind fade away into the line where the sea and the sky collide. He is not wrong there. It is a hell of a view.
Okay, it doesn't seem to illuminate anything particular. This statue has a very malevolent aura. I know taking this with me was a grave mistake. Nevertheless, I believe this artifact is connected to the mysterious island. I have never seen anything similar and I do not understand what it represents. To me, this is just an abstract piece of art. There was a page with some insight about the object, but after explaining how it was retrieved, the author went on a rather morbid tangent. No comment on this, really. To me, it's one of the weirdest things in here because it's like a mass of worms, but with a seemingly human eye. A sturdy key. The bow design is asymmetrical, and the symbol isn't anything distinctive enough to tell me what it unlocks. The entry door was open, with no lock attached. However, next to it was a trapdoor, closed with a large padlock locking it. Could this key open it? It's certainly worth trying. Can I get any further? No, I can't. So I guess I'll go back down then. Okay, but I will continue next time because this first episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.